Greetings, greetings, yes, friends, um, Africans, friends of Africans, wherever you are in the world today listening to me. I want to thank you for sparing this few minutes of your time to listen to my message. Today, I want to talk about white supremacy and justice system. If you're a person of Africa, white supremacy has affected you negatively no matter where you are in the world. No matter any country you are in the world today, white supremacy has had a negative impact on you. They say good and evil cannot dwell in the same house or in the same environment. Likewise, justice and white supremacy can never abide or dwell in the same house or in the same environment. One of them's got to give way for the other. And as far as I'm concerned, all people of African descent, all colored people, except whites, were imprisoned by this system of white supremacy. And it's our number one duty as prisoners of war to find our way out of the prison, one way or the other, get out of prison. White supremacy is a system that is so advanced, that is so sophisticated, that it even has its victims defending white supremacy, even with the absence of the white supremacist himself. That's how advanced the system is. It is so sophisticated. The victims sometimes defend white supremacists. The victims being Africans and people of color. They defend this illegal, deceitful system anytime, anywhere. They can even kill their fellow brothers and sisters who don't believe in the system like they do. It was set up initially in the early 1400s by the church itself. The Pope of the Roman Catholic Church blessed the ships that went to Africa to capture our brothers and sisters and use them as cattle, indentured slaves around the world. It started going first to the Caribbean island and going to South America and then to the Americas. So they started by lies, deceiving the people, telling them that they want to introduce them to a God, a higher God. Meanwhile, in Africa, we had our own version of God. We know who God was before they came. So white supremacy and justice can never dwell in the same environment. The whole system of white supremacy is based on lies and deceitfulness and corruption and trying to swindle people. And if nobody believes in them, they resort into violence. They resort into violence to get their way. So that's white supremacy in a nutshell. So reason I'm talking about white supremacy, because I want to bring up how white supremacy affects us in Africa. Because Africa, as it is right now, was designed by white supremacists. We were minding our own business, in the JJ way. We're just minding our own business. All of a sudden, they came in the Berlin conference held in Germany in the 1800s, I think mid 1800s. They carved Africa into different pieces, and the Europeans in their various languages, some French, others German, others English, Portuguese, they decided to share Africa like a piece of pie. And in that conference, there was not a single African present to have a say as to whether this was a good thing or a bad thing. And like they say, if you're not on the table, you're definitely on the menu. On that day, Africa was on the menu. So they split Africa into pieces, and the British had Nigeria and part of other countries in Africa. So I'm concerned about Nigeria because I was born in so-called Nigeria, grew up, and came out here. I have to say this quickly. If you have been through high school anywhere in the world, you've definitely been affected by white supremacy because you've been indoctrinated. You've been taught all the lies. Either you're black or white. If you're white, you've been taught that you're superior. One way or the other, you've been taught subliminally, subliminally. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that word. English is not my mother's language. Or if you're black, you've been taught that you're inferior, and the white people come in to civilize you and give you a book called the Bible that will lead you up to God. And anybody with common sense will know that these people who are your eternal enemies, who want to enslave you for life, could never show you a way to God to live life eternity with them. That's common sense, it's given. So anyway, coming to Nigeria, like I said, white supremacy is based on lies, and they created Nigeria. They're based on deceit and based on deceiving people. We adopted almost everything white supremacists taught us in Nigeria. We adopted their language. That's why I'm speaking English right now. We adopted their hygienic system, We adopted the clothing, how to dress. We adopted the way of expression of love. A lot of us these days, in order to express love to amongst ourselves, we buy some candies and flowers. Valentine's Day, people go crazy in Nigeria, celebrating. We adopted their holidays, the calendars. They stole everything from us that we had already. We know how to measure time, but they make us abandon all of that and adopted their ways. Why? Because they colonized us. And when they say they colonized us, they gave us independence in the 1960s. And ever since 1960 to this day, we've never seen any kind of peace, progress, unity and faith, peace and progress in Nigeria. And that's supposed to be our motto. The only people that we've known that have unity and faith, peace and progress are either the pastors or the politicians. They're the only ones who we know for sure have unity and faith among themselves. And they have peace and progress because the people go to them every week to give their donations, give their tithe, and they're having revivals and prayer almost every day. Some goes to there for 5 days a week. Say they're going to redeem, or they're going to salvation ministries or mountain of fire. All of them are lies. They're all based on the teachings of white supremacy. The only redemption Nigerians need right now, as far as I'm concerned, is to break away from the prison of white supremacy, the prison of going to adopting their ways, the prison of, we need to break away. We need to form our own identity because it is everyone's God's given right to be able to live life on their own terms. That's one thing that makes you a human being. Live life on your own terms or die. But right now, for over 60 years or so, Nigerians have been living life on terms of the colonial monsters who came with all the lies and deceit to make us adopt their ways. It's gotten so bad that sometimes, I'm talking to our women right now, some of them don't feel confident stepping out out of their house or going on the street without having a European wig on or having a Korean wig on. It's nothing, they're doing nothing to themselves but building and killing their own self-esteem, because they have little or no self-esteem of themselves. Okay? It's gotten so bad that some of our children don't even know how to speak our languages. All they do is speak English or French. It's gotten so bad that some Africans kill each other over who speaks the best colonial monsters language. You know, they kill Cameroonians killing each other because some are speaking French or some are speaking English. It's all confusion and commotion brought in by white supremacies. The white supremacy is the product of all of these problems we have in Africa, because we have lost our own identity and adapted the identity of the monsters. So for our own redemption, I am calling for Africans to go back to our true identity of self-governance. Okay, it's time to take the Republic of Oduduwa or the Yoruba nation and the Republic of Biafra seriously. We have to set up our own agenda, determine our own destiny. It's just a given fact. Every human has a right to determine his own destiny. And there's no partiality in this situation. If Britain can get out of the EU in the move they call Brexit, it's because they want to determine their own destiny. Likewise, in Africa, we need to determine our own destiny. All artificial borders created by the colonial monsters must come down. All artificial borders, starting from Biafra, starting from Nigeria, where we create Biafra and create the Yoruba nation. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.